In this video, I'm going to show you how to sort data using the comparable interface. So first, we're going to add a new class to our collections package. We're going to call that customer. In this class, we're going to add a private field, private string name, and we want to initialize this from the constructor. So we press Command and N on Mac or Control and N on Windows to bring up the generate palette and select constructor, and then select the name field. So we're initializing this field through our constructor. Super easy. Now, back to our main class. I'm going to create a list of customers. Let's import these types. And then set this to a new array list. Now let's add 3 customers to this list. So customers.add. Here's one customer. I want to set the name to B. Another customer with the name A, and finally the last customer with the name C. Now, to sort this list, we can use the collections class. You learned about this earlier. So earlier we talked about the add all method. Here we have another method for sorting lists. So we can pass the customers object over here, but we get a compilation error. No instances of type variables T exist, so that customer confirms to comparable. I know, this is very confusing. Basically, all this is telling us is that the customer class does not implement the comparable interface. Now, why does this matter? Well, a lot of sorting algorithms work by comparing objects. So if we can compare 2 objects, we can determine which object should come first, which one should come next, and so on. So to fix this problem, we should implement the comparable interface in our customer class. And that is super easy. You learned this in the last section. So over here, we type implement comparable of customer, because we want to compare a customer with another customer. Now we press Alt and Enter and implement this interface. Now, what should we do in this method? Let me quickly refresh your memory. We want to compare 2 objects. If this object is smaller or less than the other object, we should return a negative value, like -1. It could be anything. If these 2 objects are equal, we should return 0. And if this object is greater than the other object, we should return a positive value. It could be 1 or any positive values. Now, on what basis are we going to compare these customers? Currently, we only have the name field. So we should compare the name of this customer with the other customer. However, we cannot write code like this. If name is less than O.name. Because this comparison operator can only be applied between numbers and characters, nothing else. So to solve this problem, we're going to get the name of this customer. This is a string object. It's comparable, so it has the compare to method. We can compare this with the name of the other customer. So O.name. Okay. Now, whatever value this method returns, we simply return that. Okay. Also, let's rename this parameter to other. That's better. So we're done with the implementation of the comparable interface in our customer class. Now back to the main method. The error is gone. So our list should be sorted. Let's verify it by printing the customers list on the console. We get this weird string because this is the default representation of a customer object as a string. We talked about this many times before. So to solve this problem, we should override the toString method in this class. That is super easy. We bring up the generate palette and select toString. Now I'm going to simplify this expression. We only want to return the name of this customer when we try to convert it to a string. Let's run our program one more time. As you can see, our list is sorted. Beautiful. In the next video, we're going to talk about another interface that is used for sorting data.